Hey there, horror movie tea sippers.
The following podcast episode will contain spoilers for the movie we are about to review. If you have not seen the movie and do not wish to have anything ruined prematurely, please do not continue to watch or listen until you have seen the movie.
And welcome to the Horror Movie Tea Podcast. Today we are covering The Doll. It's an Indonesian film, I believe.
From 2016.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But before we go into the review, let's grab our cups and talk about tea. So, I am doing the Republic of Tea Calm Relax tea. It's got red rooibos, cinnamon, orange flavor, dandelion root, orange peel, ginger root, and vanilla flavor.
And I'm drinking Republic of Tea's Rest chamomile, lemon balm, and lavender tea. And it has organic chamomile, organic lemon balm, organic passion flower, organic licorice root, natural creamy French vanilla flavor, and organic lavender.
Yeah, both of these, top faves. But thank you so much to the Republic of Tea for allowing us to continue to do what we love. And to our tea sippers, brew yourself a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the review. So the summary of The Doll.
Like an Indonesian Annabelle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Well, so credit to IMDb. Strange things start to happen after a man gives his wife a doll, unaware it once belonged to a girl who was murdered. But yeah, it's literally like Annabelle with like a little twist at the end. And apparently I was reading some articles on the director, and yeah, he was directly inspired by the Conjuring and Annabelle movies.
And it shows.
Oh, yeah. Like, there's some scenes that it's almost like, is this a copyright claim?
Yeah.
Like, because it's very close.
Especially in the very beginning.
Yeah, you're like, is this legal?
Yeah.
So,
really pushing those boundaries there.
yeah. So this one is very difficult for me to rate because as a standalone movie, it's not too bad. But the fact that it's like almost copyright infringement with some slight creativity and twists makes it very hard for me to get on board with this movie. So I would personally give it a 7. It's just, yeah, like from the opening scene, it kind of already turned me off to the movie. The acting, like between the partners, the acting between them I felt like was pretty decent. And the doll was pretty creepy. I will definitely give it that.
Yes.
And
they did a good job on that.
And especially with like the Asian horror twist.
Yes.
It definitely gives some really good creep factor. And then I will say that the build up on the doll is pretty decent as well. Since they build it up so much throughout the movie, I kind of almost wish they didn't put the scene in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I guess in a way, it's kind of like, you know what those characters are in for.
Partial backstory?
Yeah. Kind of.
Intro to backstory?
Yeah.
But it was extremely close to Annabelle.
Yeah. But I will give it that I did enjoy the twist at the end.
Oh, yeah.
But it was one of those things where I'm like, oh, well, Shudder did something similar.
Yeah.
So it's like this movie takes things that were done well with other movies and it combines them. But so it's like it's one of those things where I have to ask, was this movie really necessary? Like, what does this movie bring to the table that the other movies do not? So
and
yeah,
honestly, there's not much.
Yeah, so that's why I give this movie a 7. Like, I'm probably going to watch it again.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be my go-to, and it's not my favorite horror movie in general. Like, I understand taking inspiration from a movie, but almost copying it completely is not what I consider inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Entertainment wise, I give it a 6.75.
Okay, we're pretty close.
Yeah. It was decent, and there were things about it that I liked, but there was a lot of frustration with this movie, and a lot of things I questioned, and I feel like there were also several missed opportunities. It was supposed to be the murdered girl's favorite doll. So I feel like it was a huge missed opportunity that we never got a scene of her holding the doll and walking around with it, like in the background or anything.
Oh no. Oh no.
I feel like it was a missed opportunity. You would be so screwed if I ever made a horror game or movie. But yeah, it was just different things like that. I feel like some of the effects weren't the greatest either. So they do a lot of the tension really well. I will give them that. But a lot of it is very, very much a trope. And it's been done before.
Yeah.
Like it's not bad at all. It was entertaining and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
what does it bring to the table?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There wasn't really anything new about it. It was just the same stuff done in a different setting, basically. Yeah. So it was fun, but it wasn't like groundbreaking or anything.
Yeah.
I didn't get that refreshing kind of, oh, this was nice and different.
Yeah, which is interesting because it's like, I feel like with this group of horror movies that we've covered for Asian Horror Month, we've had a lot more ones that are refreshing. So I feel like that's what made this one so much of a damper.
A little bit.
Is we're already so excited, like, oh my God, like we've seen so many really good, truly good movies. And then this one. Yeah.
Just a bit.
Which is a little disappointing.
A little. But I'm not mad I watched it. I'll probably watch it again. I'm actually looking forward to the sequel to see what that one has to offer.
Apparently, I think there's 3 movies.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing what those do and how they build on it.
Yeah.
But it's, as far as this one goes, it's like, why?
From my understanding, as far as like the movies, is the 3 dolls, Sabrina, which is another doll movie, and The Third Eye, those are all done by the same director. And apparently, I don't think The Third Eye does, but I was double checking whenever we're talking earlier, and the doll and Sabrina do have some connections, like the Lorraine Warren type of character. That's also she's also apparently in Sabrina, which we haven't seen yet. But Sabrina came after those. So for realism, I don't know why we keep picking movies that are so hard to write on realism.
Well, this month in particular is going to be difficult for us to write.
That's true. But it's like in this one in particular, it's kind of like the Conjuring movies where it's like you've got the supernatural factor in with it. And then, of course, what are the chances that like the guy that committed the murder ended up getting the doll and all of that shenanigans? Technically,
he wasn't the one that killed them. It was his partner. But he was complicit in it.
Yeah. He was involved.
He was involved. But the fact that he got the house, the same house.
Yeah, there's like a lot of quinky dinks.
Yes.
I'm thinking a 2.5 just because of so many quinky dinks. And then really what brings it up more is like the relationship between the main characters and their interactions with each other. Just like the general effects of the movie and...
that were honestly just okay.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen a hell of a lot worse, but we've also seen way better.
Yeah.
The doll itself was super...
yeah, but...
A+ on that.
But then also, like, in the beginning, when they're like, oh, a guy gave it to you. Like, you should still call it cute. I'm sorry. I know.
That's actually one of the first things that I wrote here. The OMG, my crush must have brought this doll. So thoughtful. Yeah, no, that doll was more of a threat, if anything.
Like, yeah, for real.
There's nothing cute about the doll.
And there's no note. Like, what proof? She just assumed.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but even if that was my crush, I'd be like, maybe I should rethink this. 'Cause
Yeah, it's like maybe it's like this is a red flag. This doll is a
this
red flag.
This is not okay. This is a thing that should not happen. So this creepy ass doll
Also-
is a threat. So,
Yeah.
so
But-
yeah. So I give it a 1.75.
Okay, we're not
Not too far off. But yeah. There are just too many coinky dinks. Too many things had to line up. And just the fact that she was attacked a few times in the home and she was still there and
Yeah.
didn't even express a desire to leave.
Very brave.
No. So not realistic at all. So like the teenage girl getting the doll, thinking it was from the crush. Again, yeah, that's more of a threat, not a sweet gesture. And then they're like, "Oh, let's throw it in the trash." Nah, that's when you grab the salt, sage, and kerosene and a match. Like, throwing it in the trash is not going to do anything. I found it interesting when the couple moved into the house and she was meeting the neighbors at that party, and one of them said you should throw a party so nothing will bother your house. Not no one, nothing.
I wonder if that's like a cultural.
It might be, but it seemed almost like foreshadowing, but it also seemed kind of out of place.
I have heard of traditions where, like, whenever you move into a house, you like go through a cleansing ritual and.
Yeah, sage is a wonderful thing. But yeah, the husband sleeping like the freaking dead. I get some people are heavy sleepers, but she had to legitimately push him out of the bed and have him fall on the floor for him to wake up. She was basically on top of him, shaking the ever-living crap out of him. And he didn't stir at all until he hit the goddamn floor. No, there's something wrong there. If he is sleeping that soundly, there is a
needs to go to a
problem.
doctor.
He needs to see someone about this.
Yeah, could you imagine, like, if the smoke alarm went off, he'd just be dead.
God, yes, absolutely. But he woke up just fine other times when she was getting attacked or yelling. So,
Inconsistent.
a little bit. The woman who's on her own in the house seriously went out to talk to the cloaked person in the pouring rain. No. The cell phone went out when the power went out. Why?
That's a good point.
Especially since it didn't seem to be like a neighborhood-wide or city-wide thing. It was just their house. But okay. Movie's got a movie, I guess. When the little neighbor girl goes and plays hide and seek, she sometimes apparently goes to a neighbor's house to hide
Yeah, that's
without permission. and
still breaking and
The
entering.
parents are okay with this, and the neighbors are fine with this. Like, this is a normal thing. This is not okay on so many levels. So many levels. It's not hormones controlling this at all either. That reaction totally was. But the main chick didn't change into clothes before looking for the creepy ass kid with the bell. She just got out of the bath. Like, she can take a couple minutes to finish drying off, mostly at least, and throw on some clothes. So she's not just walking around the house in a towel.
Yeah.
That was purely for the movie. And stupid. And unnecessary.
Yeah, because it's like, in any situation, ghost or not, if you're not exactly sure what you're getting yourself into, you're going to want to...
Well, even if she finds the kid, if it is actually the kid, she's likely going to take said kid to her house across the street.
Yeah.
She's not gonna go in a towel.
Yeah, yeah.
Have her change. Be realistic in that, at least. Again, the woman was attacked twice in the house and is still okay sleeping there, let alone staying there. No. And then it continues from there. That was about halfway through the movie or so. I am extremely reluctant to believe that the neighbor's head came off so easily in the hanging scene. Even if she had cut it, like her throat.
Yeah, I thought that her head came off way too easily, too. Like, that is possible in hangings.
It is possible, but
I think it depends on, like, how far you fall before the sudden stop and the force of the thickness of the rope. And
it depends on several factors, and it just seemed a little implausible. So, I'm reluctant to believe that. So I counted off for it. The bats. Can we talk about the bats and how awful the animation was for them? I was laughing hysterically. They came out of nowhere, and I know it's supposed to be supernatural and everything, but they could have sprung for something better because it was just bad.
Like, even, like, the like, rubber bats?
Yeah,
like, put
even
them on, like,
those would have been better, because what they used was just, oh my god, it was almost as bad as that bat in Little Nicky.
Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen Little Nicky.
It was almost that bad. So, I never really understand in these kind of supernatural ghost movies the vomiting blood into the victim's mouth thing. It's nasty. It doesn't really serve that much of a purpose apart from just the sheer ew factor.
Which, I mean, The Conjuring did that too, so that's another thing that they ripped off of.
And so many other movies have done it too, and it's just unnecessary. It really is. There are other ways to gross out the audience. You don't need to bring that into it. You really just don't.
It's also interesting the contents that they decided to, like, have the thing vomiting, because, yeah, I think his third eye, it was like they vomited gnats or whatever. Like, I've seen them...
It was almost a black smoke kind of thing.
Yeah, I've seen, like, black goo. I've seen bugs. I've seen blood.
Actual vomit. Ectoplasm, like a black goo. Yeah. All manner of stuff. It's been done and overdone so often. Can we just move past that, please?
It's gross.
In this genre, it's unnecessary. And again, there are other ways. Even if you want some kind of ew factor of grossness, there are other ways that don't involve vomiting some kind of substance into another person's mouth.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
But of course, we're people that hate when movies show vomiting.
It's unnecessary.
Like, it's okay if you show the act of vomiting, but don't show the actual vomit and just, like, show them, like, duck down out of the screen and then, bleh.
Yeah.
But, like, we don't need to
Most
hear
of the time, we don't even need that.
or see liquid.
And again, it's so overdone that it's so unnecessary. Just pick something else.
Like, use your budget for something
Be
else.
creative. So, none of the bats followed the guy into the attic, despite them flying all around. He also has no way to keep the possessed chick out of the attic, so going up there was just a stupid move all around. We already talked about the fact that he's living in the same house as the people that he and his friend robbed and killed. The fact that he even was able to get that house. Just, the odds are ridiculous.
Yeah. Plus, it's like, why would you want to live?
Super morbid.
Yeah.
Also, at the very, very end, since he was already dead, they would have closed the bag completely, not let the press and neighbors see him like that. So, there were other things as well, just they were more nitpicky. So I left a lot of those out, but that's what I have.
Yeah. Like, overall, if you just want a fun horror movie, I feel like it is worth seeing.
It is. There are some frustrating moments, but it would be more enjoyable to watch with others as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, I don't feel like this is one of those movies if you want, like, a newer take on stuff or anything, like, out of the box.
No.
So it's like, in general, I think this is one that you could skip, but you wouldn't necessarily regret watching it.
Yeah.
So.
You'll probably enjoy watching it, but it's not groundbreaking or anything. It's nothing new.
Yep. Yep. But
So.
thank you for joining us today, and please comment on what you thought of the movie. If you'd like to recommend a movie, game, or tea and keep up to date with our content, you can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Discord, and most places you listen to podcasts.
And if you'd like to support the podcast, please subscribe, like, and share our content. If you'd like to support us monetarily, we have our Teespring and PayPal, or we have our affiliate link with the Republic of Tea available. It does not affect the price of the tea. It just allows us to continue to do what we love. And all of those sites mentioned will be linked down below. And until the next time, stay safe and stay spoopy.
Bye.
Bye.